Here are the 9 contestants preparing for today's show, but only one of them can take home the prize money up to £10,000. The rest of the team will leave with nothing, as round by round they are voted off as the weakest link.
Welcome to the weakest link. Any of the 9 people in the studio here today could win up to £10,000. They don't know each other, however, if they want the prize money, they'll have to work as a team, but 8 of them will leave with nothing. As round by round we lose the player voted the weakest link. Let's meet the team.
Hello, I'm Nigel, I'm 56, and I'm a barrister.
I'm Bailey, I'm 42, and I'm a football coach.
I'm Roxy, I'm 29, and I'm a fashion designer.
I'm Charlie, I'm 27, and I'm a quiz fanatic.
Hello, I'm Diane, I'm 64, and I'm a retired gymnastics teacher.
Hi, I'm George, I'm 34, and I work in a gas station.
I'm Russell, I'm 18 years old, and I'm a college student.
I'm Victor, I'm 26, and I'm unemployed.
Hello, I'm Vicky, I'm 39, and I'm a health advisor.
Now the rules: in each round you have a target of £1,000. The aim of the game is to answer enough questions correctly to reach your £1,000 target within the time limit. The fastest way to get to your target is to create a chain of 9 correct answers. If you get your question wrong, you'll break the chain and lose all the money in that chain, but if you say the word bang before the question is asked, the money is safe, but you'll start a new chain from scratch. Remember, at the end of the round only money that has been banked can be taken forward. In round 1 there are 3 minutes on the clock. We'll start with the person whose name is first alphabetically, and that's you, Bailey. Let's play the weakest link. First question is for £20. Start the clock. Bailey, which 2009 film directed by James Cameron is the world's highest grossing film?
Avatar.
Correct, Roxy. If someone was feeling sad, they'd said to be feeling what color, red or blue?
Blue.
Correct, Charlie. What metal are soda cans commonly made of?
Aluminium.
Correct, Diane. On Remembrance Day in the UK, people wear what kind of flower?
Puppy.
Correct, George. What B is a 4-letter word for a ballpoint pen?
Biro.
Correct, Trestle. Which saint is known for driving the snakes out of Ireland?
St. Paul.
No, Russell. St. Patrick is the correct answer. Vector, which sport would you perform a slam dunk?
Basketball.
Correct, Vicky. In music, which member of the Spice Girls is nicknamed Scary Spice?
Mel B.
Correct, Nigel. If someone was born in 1996, what year will they celebrate their 50th birthday?
2046.
Correct, Bailey. According to the proverb, all roads lead to which Italian city?
Rome.
Correct, Roxy. How many degrees are in a right angle?
90.
Correct, Charlie. In which country of the UK would you find Snowdonia National Park?
Wales.
Correct, Diane. In the 1939 film Wizard of Oz, who was looking for a brain?
The Scarecrow.
Correct, George.
Bang.
The star sign Leo is represented by what animal?
Lion.
Correct, Trestle. Complete the title of this song by the Rolling Stones. I can't get no what?
Love?
Nope, satisfaction. Vector, what C is a word for something that transmits electricity and also a director of an orchestra?
Conductor.
Correct, Vicky. In which field is the Booker Prize awarded?
Literature.
Correct, Nigel. What kind of insect is a ladybird?
Beetle.
Correct, Bailey. The Yankees are a baseball team that plays for which American?
New York.
Correct, Roxy. What television duo first appeared in the children's television drama Biker Grove?
Is it Ant and Dec?
Correct, Charlie. Which Hanna-Barbera cartoon character has the catchphrase Yabba Dabba Doo?
Fred Flintstone.
Correct, Diane.
Bank.
Okay, it took a while to get their team, but nevertheless you have still reached and banked your £1,000 target in time. That money will go through to the next round, but of course, one of you will not. Who is showing signs of weakness? Who will fall apart in the next round? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
In the first round, Bailey is the strongest link. The weakest link is Russell, since he was the only one to get questions wrong. But who will the team vote off in this early stage of the game?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Russell.
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 Roxy.
Russell.
Russell.
Bailey. So you are a football coach.
Yes.
And for how long have you been a football coach?
I've been a football coach since 2009, so it will be 10 years this year.
And what do you enjoy the most about being a football coach?
What I really like about being a football coach is interacting with a team, because I like to see them progress from a good team to an excellent team.
I see. Did you coach any other sports? Or is it only football you coach?
No, I actually used to be a rugby coach, and I've been a rugby coach for 4 years, from 2010 to 2014.
Why didn't you coach rugby as long as coaching football?
Well, even though I really like rugby, I always preferred football, because I believe I'm a better football coach than I am a rugby coach. So I decided to coach rugby for a little while, and then keep on coaching football.
Okay. So Bailey, why have you voted for Russell?
Because he was obviously the weakest link in this round, as he was the only one to have answered wrong, when everyone else got their questions correct. And his questions were very easy, especially the Rolling Stones question.
Vicky, remind me what you do.
I'm a health advisor.
And what does being a health advisor involve?
It involves giving people advice to improve their health and well-being.
I see. What kind of health advice do you give to people?
I give them advice based on their life choices, for example, if they smoke or drink, and I give dietary advice for people who are underweight and overweight, and may put them on a diet plan.
And how long have you been giving people health advice for?
For nearly 23 years.
Really? Did you do anything else before you became a health advisor?
Nope, this is my first and only job, and I'm not leaving my job anytime soon.
Alright. So Vicky, why Russell?
Because Russell is without a doubt the worst player in the round, since he got 2 questions wrong, and everyone else got theirs correct. And he probably doesn't have much experience, since he's only 18 years old, and I guess that's why he got the questions wrong.
I suppose you could be right. Russell, the 18-year-old college student, who thinks it was St. Paul who drove the snakes out of Ireland, and also thinks that I Can't Get No Love was a song by the Rolling Stones. Everyone apart from you got their questions right, and it now looks like unanimously everyone wants to get rid of you. It's time to go back to college. With 8 votes you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I can't believe I came here all this way, just to be voted off in the first round, and I also can't believe I said St. Paul instead of St. Patrick. I knew it was St. Patrick. I don't think that was fair that Vicky made out that just because I'm young, I don't know anything, and I hope she doesn't win the money.
Round 2. You have reached your target in the last round, so you have in the bank £1,000. There are 8 of you left. We're cutting 10 seconds from the time. We'll start with the strongest link in the last round. And that's Bailey. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Bailey in the animal kingdom. What C is a member of the dog family that's native to North America?
Coyote.
Correct, Roxy. Which part of the nose shares its name with a structure that carries a road from one side to the other?
Bridge.
Correct, Charlie. Which actor starred in the films Total Recall, Commando and Predator?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Correct, Diane. How many minutes is 660 seconds?
11.
Correct, George. Which English poet and playwright was born in Stratford-upon-Avon in 1564?
William Shakespeare.
Correct, Vectra. Shanghai is the largest city by population in which Asian country?
China.
Correct, Vicky. Which rock and roll singer died of a heart attack on August 16, 1977?
Elvis Presley.
Correct, Nigel. Trees that shed their leaves annually are known as what? Deciduous or evergreens?
Deciduous.
Correct, Bailey. Which German-born physicist is known for creating the formula E equals mc squared?
Albert Einstein.
Correct, Roxy. If a box of chocolate costs £16 and 50 pence, how much will the box of chocolate cost at half price?
£8 and 25 pence.
Correct, Charlie.
Bank.
Okay, team. You have reached and banked your £1,000 target again. That money will go through to the next round, but you could have got there a little quicker, since you had a chain of 10 correct answers. Who isn't paying attention? Who looks extremely worried? Who will be next to leave the studio with nothing? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
In this impressive second round, Charlie is the strongest link, since he banked the £1,000. Vectra is the weakest link statistically. But who will lose out in the voting?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Roxy.
Roxy.
Nigel.
Nigel.
Roxy.
Nigel.
Roxy.
Nigel.
We have a tie. Nigel and Roxy, 4 votes each. Vectra. That's quite an odd name. You said that you're unemployed?
Yes, but not for long.
Oh really? So will you be getting a job soon?
That's right. I'm nearly done applying for it.
And what job are you applying for?
I'm applying for a job in construction. It involves working on building projects. Building things like apartments, houses, public buildings, and much more.
Is this your first job that you ever applied for?
Actually no, this will be my second job that I've applied for.
And what was your first job that you applied for, and did you successfully get it?
I did successfully get the job, and my first job was at a box factory, where I did the packaging, and I had that job for 6 years.
So why are you unemployed? What happened to your job in the box factory?
To be honest, I left the job. I found it tiring and boring, and I was very desperate to get a job. At the time, the box factory was easy to apply for. But now I'm looking forward to my new job, because construction and building things is one of my interests.
Well, good luck with your new job. So Vectra, why do you want to get rid of Roxy?
Because she looks extremely nervous. She was hesitant in the last round and this round as well, and she didn't bank when she should have banked.
Okay. George, tell me, what do you do for a living?
I work at a gas station.
And what do you do at the gas station?
I basically collect the money due for the gas that the people put in their cars.
I see. How long have you been doing that for?
For about 14 years.
Do you find your job boring sometimes?
Not really. I like my job. I get along with the other workers, and I'm gonna stick with this job.
Fair enough. So when you're not busy collecting the money in the gas station, What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I like to watch television, listen to music, and play my drum set.
Oh, okay. How long have you been playing your drum set?
I've had quite a few sets over the years, but I've been practicing the drums since I was 7 years old.
Did you ever think about starting a career with drumming?
I do love drumming, but honestly I don't think I'm good enough to be a professional drummer. I'd rather just stick to my job at the gas station.
So George, why have you voted for Nigel?
Well, he's a barrister, and he gets paid a hell of a lot of money, and he certainly doesn't need the prize money when he makes a lot of money anyway.
What a great reason to vote someone off. Well, when the vote is tied, the strongest link gets to cast the deciding vote. And the strongest link was Charlie. Charlie, did you say that you're a quiz fanatic?
Yes, I sure did.
What do you think makes you a quiz fanatic?
Well, I watch a lot of game shows, take part in lots of competitive quizzes, and I win most of the time.
Is that so? Are you confident that you're gonna win today's game then?
Yes, I have excellent general knowledge, so I am very confident about today's game.
We shall see. So Charlie, you voted for Nigel, but you now have a choice. You can change your mind and vote for Roxy instead. Who do you want to abandon from the team?
I'm going to stick with Nigel.
Why?
Because I completely agree with George. He doesn't need the prize money at all, because he is a barrister, and he already makes a lot of money.
Well, he wasn't the worst player in the round, but it's votes that count. Nigel, the 56-year-old barrister, you were not the worst player in this round, but I'm afraid the team thinks that you don't need the prize money, and that's why they have voted you off. Well, I guess it's time for you to go back to being a barrister. With 4 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
That was extremely pathetic, that they give the absolute rubbish excuse of voting me off just because I make a lot of money. Well, you know what, I wish them the very worst of luck for the later rounds. And I hope Charlie doesn't win the money, because he has got to be the most arrogant person I've ever seen.
Round 3. You have actually been reaching your targets so far, team. You now have in the kitty £2,000. There are 7 of you left. We're cutting another 10 seconds from the time. We'll start with the strongest link in the last round. And that's Charlie. Let's play. The weakest link. Start the clock. Charlie, what's the name of the 2010 DreamWorks movie that features a dragon called Toothless?
How to Train Your Dragon.
Correct, Diane. What does the acronym ASAP stand for?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What does the acronym ASAP?
Oh, as soon as possible.
Correct, George. Which war began on the 1st of November 1955 till the 30th of April 1975?
The Vietnam War.
Correct, Vectra. What kind of dancers wear a dress called a tutu?
Ballerinas.
Correct, Vicky. What nationality is the painter Leonardo da Vinci?
Italian.
Correct, Bailey. Was the year 1992 a leap year?
Yes.
Correct, Roxy. In politics, Theresa May, who is the current Prime Minister of the UK, is the leader of which party?
Labour.
Nope, Conservative. Charlie, which English band had the songs Hungry Like the Wolf that
Duran Duran.
Correct, Diane. The actor Harrison Ford is known for playing what fictional archaeologist?
Indiana Jones.
Correct, George. Which sport would you associate the Williams sisters?
Tennis.
Correct, Vectra. What letter represents number 10 in Roman numerals?
I don't know.
The correct answer is X, Vectra. Vicky, in which month is American Independence Day celebrated?
July.
Correct, Bailey. Who was the author of the 1960 novel To Kill a Mockingbird?
Harper Lee.
Correct, Roxy. Which 1980s American TV series stars David Hasselhoff as the main character Michael Knight?
Pass.
Knight Rider. Charlie, what hell are concave and convex types of
Lens.
Correct, Diane. In Greek mythology, which hero was the leader of the Argonauts?
Jason.
Correct, George.
Bang.
Which planet in our solar system is furthest away from the sun?
Neptune.
Correct, Vectra.
Bang.
The composer Ludwig van Beethoven lost which of his senses in the early 19th century?
His hearing.
Correct, Vicky.
Bank.
What surname are the brothers Noel and Liam who were in the band Oasis?
Gallagher.
Correct, Bailey. Time's up. And that was a complete disaster. After reaching your £1,000 target twice in a row. In this round, you only banked an abysmal, embarrassing, measly, unimpressive £90. Who needs to be desperately axed from the team? Who is the dunce that needs to be ditched? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
In this round, George is the strongest link, since he got all of his questions correct and banked money for the team. The weakest link is Roxy, since she failed to answer a single question correctly. Can she survive the voting?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Roxy.
Vectra.
Roxy.
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 Bailey. Why have you voted for Roxy?
Because I am pretty sure she was the weakest link. She didn't get any of her questions right in that round, and she wasted way too much time as she hesitated in one of her questions.
She did indeed hesitate for a very long time on one of her questions. Diane, you said that you're a retired gymnastics teacher?
Yep, I sure did.
How long have you been a gymnastics teacher before you retired?
I've been a gymnastics teacher for 35 years, before I retired.
And did you enjoy your job as a gymnastics teacher?
Yes, definitely. Gymnastics has been my passion since I was very young, and I won a lot of medals in gymnastics in my school.
I see. Since you've now retired from gymnastics, what do you get up to in your spare time?
Well, since I'm now retired, I have all the spare time in the world. I usually go to the bingo with my friends, go shopping with them, and listen to the radio or watch the telly when I have nothing else to do.
What kind of things do you like to listen to on the radio?
Mainly music and talk shows, but my favorite thing on the radio is Pop Master on BBC Radio 2.
Really? Are you any good at Pop Master?
Not really. I get the occasional good score, but most of the time, I'm lucky to get one question right. But the main thing is Pop Master is just for fun, so I like to listen to it.
Okay. So Diane, why Roxy?
Because she was extremely hesitant on answering one of her questions. She didn't get any of her questions correct in this round, and she made us lose lots of money, so I think it's time for Roxy to go.
It sure is. Roxy, the 29-year-old fashion designer, who thinks Theresa May is the leader of the Labour Party, and has never heard of Knight Rider. You know the whole point of quick-fire general knowledge questions are to answer them quickly and correctly, not incorrectly and slowly. You made the team lose a lot of money, and they have now had enough of you. Unanimously with 6 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'm not at all surprised that I was going to be voted off in this round, because I knew my performance was terrible, and I did take far too long to answer my questions. I think Vectra will be voted off next, because he is starting to fall apart, and he will eventually slip up completely.